Well, hello there, and good evening, everyone. I'm William Brantley from the North Jackson, Tennessee area near Westtown Commons Shopping Center, ready to report to you today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days here in just a few moments. Today turned out to be a very beautiful day, Saturday, March the 18th, 2017. Today's low temperature was a pleasant 55 degrees. Normal low was 40. Today's high was 69 degrees. Almost hit 70. 69 degrees was the high, and normal high is 63. So, yes, we were above both of them today, and it felt real good with that sunshine, too. And the sun hadn't set yet. They won't be setting until 7:05 this evening. And of course, we've had 1/100th of an inch of rain since midnight. And incidentally, I had 1.22 inches, I believe it was. No, 1.12. 1.12 inches of rain during those storms that hit last night, roughly around 9 o'clock on to almost midnight. And it was a pretty heavy rain there, especially during the 10 p.m. hour and a little bit of 9 p.m. hour too. At one point, the electricity actually blinked and went off here at my location for about 2 or 3 seconds, but thank goodness it came back on. And there were some widely varying rainfall amounts around the city, or Madison County for that matter. I believe Bells, Tennessee had one of the highest amounts, where they had just over 2 inches of rain in Bells. McKellar Airport, I believe they had 1.72 inches, and the West Tennessee Experiment Station on Airways had 1.83 inches there. And just a few miles up the road where I'm at, near Union University, I had 1.12. And I believe Eddie Holmes, who lives near North Park on North Highland, he had just under an inch. I think it was about 93 hundredths or so. So it was definitely some scattered amounts around parts of West Tennessee. And just thought I'd give you a few of those numbers there for you. But here, like I mentioned, 1.12 up to midnight and 1/100th since midnight. And that puts me for the month of March up to 5.93 inches. Normal's 2.48, so we're well above on that. And for the year, I'm up to 10.99 inches. And that's above normal as well. Normal's about 10.72 inches. So, hey, I'm finally above normal for the year. How about that? Well, we're close to the normal. And I'm waiting to see just how wide that becomes in the summertime when we get those scattered thunderstorms that hits hard in parts of the county and leaves other parts of the county dry. And that's going to be interesting to see how that turns out this year. Well, okay, on to the other stats. As of 5 p.m., the skies here was clear. The temperature was 64 degrees. The dew point was 31 degrees. The relative humidity was 29%. And we had northwest winds at 12 miles per hour. And the barometric pressure was 30.23 inches of mercury. Today's lowest relative humidity was 29% at 5 o'clock p.m. The highest was 100% at 12 and then 2 through 6 a.m. The lowest barometric pressure was 30.14 inches of mercury, and that was at 4 a.m. The highest was 30.28 inches, and that was at 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. The highest wind gust today was 26 miles per hour out of the northwest, and that occurred at 4:01 p.m. And as I mentioned earlier, the sun sets tonight at 7:05 p.m., rises tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. The moon will be rising later tonight or early tomorrow morning at 12:49 a.m. and be setting tomorrow morning closer to lunch at 10:43 a.m. Today's records for March the 18th, the hottest high would be 86 degrees, and that occurred in 1982. The coldest high would be 41, and that happened in 1965 and again in 1988. The warmest low would be 66 degrees, and that occurred in 2008, while the coldest low would be 22 degrees, and that occurred in 1967. Today's rainfall record would be 2.40 inches, and that occurred in 1992. And today's snowfall record would be a trace, and that fell in 1949 and again in 1960. And as for tonight's forecast in the next few days, it's going to be mostly clear tonight, of course. We're going to drop down to about 37 degrees tomorrow morning. Don't be surprised if there might be a light frost tomorrow morning on some surfaces, mostly above ground surfaces, but it most likely will be a light frost. The chances are actually better toward the Tennessee River than the Mississippi River, but there is a possibility that could happen early tomorrow morning around sunrise. The high tomorrow, with the low tomorrow morning, should be about 37 degrees. I think I mentioned that. The high tomorrow should be about 63 degrees. So it might be a touch cool tomorrow, but close to what it was today. The winds should be out of northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. On Monday, it looks like it's going to be generally fair skies. So it's going to be a fairly decent day. There are some indications between sunrise and noon that we may have very cloudy conditions, but overall it's going to be generally fair. The low should be about 46 degrees Monday morning. Get this, high temperature of 80 degrees. Oh my gosh, it's going to really feel good if it makes it to 80 degrees. And we're going to have south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. And Monday is the first day of spring, by the way, which begins, I believe, at 5:29 a.m. Monday morning, Central Daylight Time. Perfect. The weather's going to cooperate very well this time around. Now on into Tuesday, cloudy skies return. We have a 60% chance of rain during the morning hours, just cloudy during the PM hours, with the low near 57 and a high of 74, with west winds at 10 to 20. Next Wednesday, we're going to have cloudy skies during the AM hours, and it will be fair skies during the PM hours, with the low near 47 and a high of 60, with northeast winds at 10 to 20. And next Thursday, we're going to have mostly cloudy conditions during the AM hours and fair skies during the PM hours, with the low near 43 and a high of 68, with southeast winds at 10 to 20. And I double checked again, and as of right now, no more freezes are expected, at least for the next 15 days. That's with the low of 32 or lower. So it does look like we're free of freezes, at least for the next 15 days, as of right now. Well, alrighty, that's it for tonight. I hope all of you have a very pleasant Saturday night, March the 18th, and I hope you all wake up to a nice and cool and clear and maybe light frosty Sunday morning, March the 19th, 2017. And I hope I talk to you again tomorrow evening. And until then, my friends, good night and God bless.